Good morning, good afternoon, or even good evening to all of you ProGuides family up right now watching our video. My name is Trey, and today I have a very popular topic of discussion for you guys today that I'm going to try to do my best and help you come to a conclusion to. Our subject today is what gun should you be using between the Phantom and the Vandal? Personally, I like using the Vandal, however I am not opposed to using the Phantom as I do like to pick it up in certain situations that I feel are adequate. In this video, I'm going to be telling you all the advantages and disadvantages for both guns. Stay tuned as we try to tackle this topic and tell me in the comments below if you're for Phantom Squad or Vandal Gang after this video. We want to ask you first though, for our question of the day, what is your favorite gun to use besides the assault rifles and the operator? For rounds that I don't have enough money in to afford an assault rifle, I really like picking up the Bucky as a substitution. Its alternate fire is extremely powerful, I think albeit a little broken for its one-shot capabilities up to 15 meters. This gun is extremely fun playing around a corner on defense. If you're apt with this weapon, you can even solo hold pushes. And with the kill potential of this gun, you can use it to swap out for an even more expensive weapon that will be dropped by dead opponents. Bucky is an extremely potent and cheap alternative if you're lacking in economy. By all means, try this weapon out if you find the right time to purchase it on the defensive end. So let's get into our topic today, and we'll be starting things off with the Phantom, the M4 of Valorant. The Phantom starts with a total of 120 rounds with 30 magazines, 5 more than its Vandal counterpart. Its primary fire rate is 11 rounds per second, and while scoped, it's 9.9 rounds per second. The tracers for Phantom are also invisible, so you won't be able to see where the Phantom is shooting from if it's through smoke. Now, all of these are just incredible pros for the Phantom as it's an amazing gun, but the only downside to this gun is that at 15 plus meters, it takes fall damage. Most of it isn't too severe as the rate of fire gladly makes up for it, but at distances where you can't one shot to the head, you will need to connect another shot to finish the target. I've seen countless times where people get dinked to 1 health and have to run to stage for a heal. The damage fall off comes back to haunt people when they don't get that clean one-shot headshot kill that leads to their target being alive for the rest of the round. Also, when playing against higher skilled players with the Vandal, if you're taking a long distance fight and you guys both hit the headshot at the same exact time, the Vandal will prevail. Just know what you're getting into and what will happen if you decide on picking Phantom as your main assault rifle of choice. Aside from that though, this gun is phenomenal. If you like spraying invisible tracers and spray transfers, this gun is definitely for you. Remember, if you are using this gun, try to play at a medium distance around 10 to 15 meters normally. On eco rounds, obviously don't get too close. You never know if a shorty is lurking around the corner. I also want to mention how some agents are better with the Phantom than the Vandal, due part to their abilities having good synergies with the Phantom. Here's the list of the agents I think do a lot better with Phantom. It consists of Raze, Brim, Omen, Viper, Cypher, and Sova. Raze obviously has a bunch of damage in her kit, nobody questions that. With the amount of damage she's able to do, you're less likely to need to go for headshots as most of their armor and HP will be whittled down anyways by Raze's devastating kit. For Brim, Omen, Viper, and Cypher, they all have smokes in which you can shoot through. As I stated previously, the Phantom doesn't have tracers. If you're shooting through the smoke, which you will be doing a lot of that as those characters, the invisible tracers, extra ammunition, and faster fire rate will all be helpful towards giving you a greater chance to kill enemies through the smoke. Compared to the Vandal here, if you shoot through the smoke with a Vandal, they can see where your bullets are coming from and can spam you back, leading to your demise. Phantom is really good for Viper as she does have smoke, but at the same time if people go through her smokes, their health decays, which make it perfect for when enemies go into her ulti and poison orb. As for Sova, since he can get wall hacks with either his drone dart or recon bolt, he can spam walls. As we said before, Phantom is much better for spraying and that helps spamming walls, so it supplements his crafty style of gameplay. Moving on to the AK-47 of Valorant, it's the Vandal. The Vandal has a total of 100 rounds with 25 bullets in a magazine. Its primary rate of fire is 9.25 rounds per second, and while scoped in, it's at a slow and steady 8.32 rounds per second. Compared to the Phantom's fire rate, this thing is like a snail in the sand. With the high recoil, albeit it was reduced a little bit in patch 0.5, the Vandal is still considered as pretty hard to control as the recoil and your bullets sometimes just fly everywhere. If you think the recoil is bad with the primary fire, just wait until you try the Vandal scoped in. The scoped in Vandal's recoil is so wonky, it feels like bullets just never go where you want. If you're tapping scoped in though, it's honestly exactly just like a Guardian, so I like to use this function at really long ranges and start tapping away at heads. And that's pretty much the only appeal of this gun. This gun has absolutely no damage drop off until 50 meters. Most maps don't have many areas that involve a gunfight at 50 plus meters. This thing is a beast for all of you players that are headhunters and have incredible first shot accuracy. That magical moment where you just completely delete somebody off the server with a well-placed shot makes using the Vandal all that much worth it, even though it has so many more downsides compared to the Phantom. Also, just personally, I think the Vandal has much cooler skins as well. Please bring back the Reaver bundle or I will cry. If you like taking fights in long distance areas, aggressive peeking, or tapping style of gunplay, the Vandal is entirely made for you. And just like with the agent list for Phantom, I have one for the Vandal as well. My Vandal agent list comprises of Jett, Breach, Phoenix, Reyna, and Sage. Now you could argue that because Jett has a smoke, Phantom is possibly better. However, around the category and playstyle of a duelist like Jett, I think a Vandal suits her a lot more properly. Her style consists of taking aggressive duels and being able to get away with her dashes and smokes. For entry fraggers and duelists alike, you want the minimal amount of time to kill somebody, and that's provided with a clean Vandal headshot. The same concept applies for our other aggressive agents with Breach, Phoenix, and Reyna. They all want to go in with the space created by their utility and erase people to open up rounds with first bloods. For Sage, you might think it's a bit interesting of a choice, but I think paired with Slow Orb, headshots become substantially easier for Sage to hit. Also previously stated, trading headshots at long distances with somebody that has a Phantom when you have a Vandal results in you winning the fight if you can place that well-timed headshot. If you do get dinked in the head by a Phantom, just thank your lucky stars they weren't part of the Vandal gang. Of course, after you thank them, go get a heal. Sage, Phoenix, and Reyna can all heal themselves, but Reyna does require a fresh kill on the ground leaving a soul orb in order to heal with her Devour. And here we'll start going into map specific areas where the distance comes into effect for both Vandal and Phantom. Let's start off with Bind. For Bind, in terms of map design, it's pretty compact in design, with angles being shorter and more chokes for the attacking sides to go through. I think Phantom is good on the majority of the map for holding on the defensive side. Playing Showers, A short, Hookah, and B long all provide you with great angles to hold at short distances, allowing you to get great spray downs at the narrow choke it has. Of course, if you want to play more aggressive by pushing Showers, Hookah, or B long, the Vandal is probably the better pickup in that case. As for offense, I think the Vandal is just so much better, as I stated before, on its ability to entry frag and win duels against Phantom players with a well-placed headshot. With the map design though, being a little bit more compact, the Phantom on offense isn't bad either though. For Haven, one of my favorite maps, the Vandal is absolutely king here. For both sides, there are a lot of long distance engagements that take place on multiple parts of the map, like long C, middle outside of B, and A long. Don't get me wrong though, the Phantom of course can still be used on the defensive end if you're playing a more passive and wait for the enemies to come to you kind of playstyle. Places such as Inside Garage and the B bomb site are probably the best places to use the Phantom. Other than that, I would recommend Vandal mainly for this map. Split is an interesting map since the change in patch 1.0. Mid is now changed to be wider, which makes it harder to get that big spray down for the defending side. For this map, the defending side, it would most likely be stronger to go with the Phantom on both mid and B. For such a wide spacious area like around A bomb site, I would go with the Vandal. On the attacking side, again, I think Vandal reigns supreme for its offensive capabilities. Of course, if you do manage to get into B tower, B bomb site, and A heaven, I think the Phantom is just fine. Next is the most recent addition in our rotation, which is Ascent. This map features a lot of narrow chokes with wide space areas, and you know what narrow chokes mean. Yes, the Phantom has great spray down potential here on the defensive end, as attackers have to go through these chokes in order to get into either bomb site. But as for the defensive side as well, if you want to take control of mid aggressively on Ascent, the Vandal is probably better due to the long distance fighting you might encounter in the vast area on mid. For the attacking side, Vandal all the way here. Very similar to Haven, there are a lot of long angles you have to clear, especially with mid. Mid Ascent is one of very few examples where fighting might take place with more than 50 meters in distance. The damage drop off here on this map will be very severe for the Phantom in this case specifically. Even though not on the topic, I definitely recommend putting an operator in this location. So what did we learn here, folks? Well, we learned that with the Phantom, it's much better for spraying as it has extra ammo to do so and has a much faster fire rate than the Vandal. This comes into play when spraying down multiple enemies in a choke or spray transferring to different targets. Also, we learned that when shooting through smokes, no tracers appear, which makes it a great choice for a lot of controller characters plus Cypher. In addition to that, characters that have abilities that do chip damage like Raze and Viper, the fire rate helps a lot to finish off these kills. Turning to the Vandal, we learned it's great in long distance engagements, aggressive peeks, and for people who like tapping and have great first shot accuracy. If you're an aggressive peeker that likes duelist agents to entry frag with, then the Vandal is perfect for you. If you stayed all this way, hopefully you made up your mind on which gun to main. Tell us in the comment section below if you're Phantom Squad or Vandal Gang, or even if you like both. Hope you guys learned something from the video and that you'll like and subscribe to support our channel. If you still have more questions or inquiries, make sure to check out ProGuides.com to get more in-depth coaching on how to improve your gameplay. I hope to see y'all again soon, but for now, Stray signing out. Peace, guys.